It started like any ordinary morning on The View. The audience cheered, the cameras rolled, and the hosts were ready for another round of lively debate. Whoopi Goldberg, the veteran actress and outspoken TV personality, sat comfortably in her chair, her trademark glasses reflecting the studio lights. The topic for the day was modern values and young voices in politics. The producers had invited a young guest, Karoline, a rising activist and motivational speaker, known for her calm, intelligent, and balanced takes on social issues. No one expected that what was about to unfold would go viral across the world. As Karoline began sharing her perspective, thoughtful, poised, and confident, Whoopi interrupted with a smirk. "Sweetheart," she said with a chuckle, "you're adorable, but you're a bit young to be teaching us about how the world works, don't you think?" Whoopi, known for her quick wit, continued her teasing. "Maybe when you've paid a few more bills or seen a little more of life, you'll understand that experience counts for something," she said, drawing a few nervous laughs from the panel. Karoline, visibly calm, smiled politely, but her eyes told a different story, one of quiet strength and self-assurance. The cameras caught the tension instantly. You could almost feel the energy in the studio shift. The audience didn't know whether to laugh or hold their breath. Whoopi leaned back, clearly expecting Karoline to stumble, to shrink, or to laugh it off. Instead, Karoline simply folded her hands on the table and waited for Whoopi to finish speaking. And when she finally responded, the entire nation stopped scrolling for a moment to listen. Karoline began softly, her tone respectful but firm. "Ms. Goldberg," she said, "I truly admire your experience and everything you've done for entertainment and social causes. You've inspired millions, including me." Whoopi smiled slightly, not yet realizing where this was going. "But Karoline continued, "wisdom isn't just about age, it's about awareness. It's about listening, even when what you're hearing comes from someone younger. The world changes faster than any of us can keep up with. And sometimes the people who see it most clearly are the ones living it right now." The room fell silent. No laughter, no applause, just the sound of cameras zooming in and the quiet shock of an audience, watching something rare. Respect meeting resistance. Karoline wasn't rude. She wasn't defensive. She didn't match sarcasm with sarcasm. Instead, she spoke with a maturity that outshined even the veteran host. And then she ended with a line that would be replayed across social media for days. "You don't have to be older to have something valuable to say. You just have to be honest." Within hours, clips of the exchange hit YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. Hashtags like Albert Karoline vs. Whoopi and "A Respect Goes Both Ways" trended worldwide. Comment sections exploded. Some people praised Karoline for her grace and composure under pressure. Others criticized Whoopi for what they called arrogant and dismissive behavior toward young voices. One tweet with over 2 million views read, "That moment when Karoline told Whoopi that honesty matters more than age, pure gold." Another said, "Whoopi didn't get destroyed. She got educated." There's a difference. Even major media outlets picked up the story, replaying the clip in slow motion, analyzing every facial expression, every pause, every micro-reaction. What shocked everyone most wasn't that Karoline stood up for herself. It was how she did it. Without anger, without shouting, without ego. A few days later, Whoopi addressed the incident on The View. With her usual candor, she said, "Look, I joke a lot. Sometimes my humor lands. Sometimes it doesn't." Karoline handled herself like a pro, and I respect that. That simple acknowledgement earned Whoopi applause from the same audience that had laughed during the exchange. It also showed that even seasoned figures can learn something new. As for Karoline, her social media following skyrocketed overnight. She was invited to podcasts, news shows, and panels across the country. People called her the voice of calm courage. When asked how she managed to stay so composed, she said something that summed up her entire philosophy. "When someone mocks you, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their fear. And the calmest voice in the room is usually the one that gets remembered." Her words struck deep. They became a viral quote shared on inspirational pages, motivational videos, and short-form reels. In the end, this wasn't just a viral TV moment. It became a cultural lesson about respect, generational understanding, and the power of grace under pressure. Whoopi Goldberg's joke might have sparked the moment, but Karoline's composure turned it into something unforgettable. It reminded millions watching at home that confidence doesn't shout. It speaks quietly with certainty and lets the world do the talking afterward. And so, from a single uncomfortable exchange on live television, the nation witnessed something rare. A conversation that began with laughter and ended with reflection, because sometimes the calmest voice is the one that freezes a nation.